What's up, guys? Welcome back to a new Dying Light 2 video. So yesterday we actually got two videos that came out. The first one was an RTX on and off video, kind of showing the difference there. To me, it doesn't really matter because I'm probably not going to be using ray tracing that much at all. And to be honest, the RTX off look gives you more of a grittier, apocalyptic look, whereas ray tracing on actually gives you more of a prettier look. Just to me, that's how it looks. And if ray tracing wasn't as much as a performance killer, I might use it, but yeah, I value the frames over the RTX any day. Next up, we have this video right here, which is a teaser to the Dying to Know episode coming on Thursday, tomorrow. And this one gives us actually some really nice new information. We see some of the Untainted throughout the video. In the beginning, Aiden's kind of just talking about Villador. That's the name of the city, if you guys didn't know. Most of you probably do. But yeah, right here, as you can see, we see the Untainted across the way. I don't know who these two guys we're standing with is right here, but yeah, the Untainted are across there, another appearance there. And really, this is probably the first appearance we've seen from them in a long time. This guy seems to be new. I haven't seen him before. Don't really know what his role is, though. He didn't really say much. This guy here actually says something really interesting, and it looks like he might be the leader of the Untainted faction. So I'll just play that clip real quick.
We absorb their strength.
He says we absorb their strength, and if I go back here, you'll notice on the heads, they have the number 16. I don't exactly know why they have the number 16. I mean, I thought at first maybe that was their kill count, but I don't know how all of them would have 16 kills. But yeah, it seems like the Untainted are going to be definitely one of the darker factions, which we could have really predicted. He says, I mean, every kill we get increases our power pretty much. I mean, it's pretty dark. And right here, this grappling hook is really sick. It's definitely a big improvement from the first game. And yeah, the grappling hook, just the change there was big. Oh, we got the tic tac. I gotta go back on that. I gotta go back on that.
Fuck.
What's that? Oh yeah, the Tic Tac is returning from Dying Light 1. I'm not a fan of it. And yeah, it goes through right here saying we have to pick a side. The Untainted, I want to know if they're really available to pick, because that's who I'm going to be leaning towards at this point. I feel like they're just the most interesting that we know the least about. And then this part here, we get to see the paraglider. He kind of falls a little slow. Some of the things look a little slow, but yeah, the paraglider looks pretty decent so far. And this part here, a lot of people were complaining that it's sort of a little slow, and I think they just added like some slow motion editing. A lot of people were talking about it in Discord the other day. But it seems to me there's just some post-production like slow-mo editing. I don't think this is how slow the moves actually are. Because if you just pay attention to some of them, like, I mean, there's just like, there's cuts on the jumps, there's slow-mo. I don't know why exactly they did that. It doesn't, I wish they would have just kept it raw, but, oh yeah, the brass knuckles as well. I don't know how we would even get those, but those do look pretty sick. Especially how those are. I mean, those look pretty gnarly. And then we ultimately just get to see, I guess, some new characters we haven't really seen. They're probably going to talk a little bit about those in the next episode, I would think. Especially the Untainted, they seem to be more of the combat-driven faction, as well as like the Renegades, but the Untainted just seem to be all the way gone. Also, if we look at the wall running right here, I think it might be a little bit too much. I'm not saying it's going to be bad or anything, but it might be a little bit too much for me. Who knows, it could feel super smooth, but like the jumping from like that wall to the left wall and like staying on the wall for like 5 seconds like that, or like 3 seconds even, I mean, it's kind of a little much, but who knows, it might work out great. It's going to be interesting to see what exactly this scene ends up being right here. I'll go ahead and play it. The scene with like the old man in the windmill tower. Like, I don't really know what that's going to be, but we've seen that a few times now, so it might be something important, I guess. But yeah, I'm definitely getting the feeling that the Untainted are going to be the badass faction. I mean, they just look like it. They seem like it. The guys talking like they are. I mean, I just feel like if I go with them on my playthrough, it's going to be the most interesting. The only problem is I don't know if I'm actually going to, because they seem like just cold-blooded killers. But yeah, like I said, when they're going through here and he's kind of saying to himself, I have to pick somebody, kind of flashes the Colonel, flashes the Bazaar, and it's like, are we going to be able to actually pick the Untainted rather than one of those factions? Because they are one of the smaller factions, so it's like, I wish they would clear up some stuff like that instead of showing us a lot of the finer details like they have been. They've kind of been showing us a lot of stuff, you know, about the infected, going into great detail, which is fine and all, but like I would like to know details like that. Are we going to actually be able to join someone like the Untainted? Like how available are the factions actually going to be to coexist with and get along with? Because I mean, that's going to be a huge part of the game, is just coexisting with different people, making choices. That's like the one of the biggest selling points on the game, besides the game being a dying light game. The other thing I want to mention too is the blimp in the sky. We've seen that a couple times as well. I just want to know who's controlling that thing, because we're going to have to meet them sometime through the playthrough, you would think. And that's definitely going to make for a very interesting side mission, I would think. But as far as Thursday goes, I'll be streaming as soon as I possibly can. I get off school literally at 1:50. I get off early, luckily, and the thing starts at 2 for me, I'm pretty sure. So it's going to be close. I'm probably going to start stream right when I get home and, you know, watch it. But a quick recap, nothing really has changed in my mindset. No last gen gameplay yet. I don't know where that is. They haven't been too concerned, it doesn't seem like, to get that out, but we're coming up on December 7th pretty soon here, so if we don't see any last gen gameplay before the game comes out, I mean, that's going to be kind of a little concerning until we actually see what it looks like. I just don't get why there wouldn't be any last gen gameplay coming out sometime soon, or why it's not already out, to be honest. Because whether a lot of people are saying, you know, the game was made for PS4 or whatever, it seems like the games that have the most trouble with performance are the ones that are coming out at the time when it's coming out on two generations, you know? Games that come out on PS4 and PS5 at launch, games that come out on PS3 and PS4 at launch, it seems like those games have the most trouble, if that makes any sense. Basically just because they're kind of spread thin on the two consoles, but you never know. It could be optimized great. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for this one. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you in the next one.